Back to Jamie and Allison to talk about the size of this storm that is now approaching.
Yep, guys, good morning. We want to welcome everyone in for our continuing coverage of Major Hurricane Ian. And of course, we've got winds now 155 miles per hour, Allison. So this close to a Category 5.
Yeah, just 2 miles per hour shy of that. And we could be seeing extreme damage. So we'll be watching that very closely for you. It's likely less than 50 miles just off the coast of southwest Florida. And we've been talking with our friends at the National Hurricane Center saying that this storm is rapidly intensifying. There's not much stopping it right now.
Exactly. And in Governor Ron DeSantis' press conference, there's talk, is this a bona fide Cat 5 upon approach and maybe landfall later today? That remains to be seen. Those details worked out by the National Hurricane Center down in Miami, but we've got a heavy hitter on our hands. So without further ado, let's pop you on into the latest forecast track cone. And does show a strike on the southwest peninsula. Winds there at 155 miles per hour, top sustained, and this is on this Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m., continuing to move in the direction of the central peninsula. Around a Category 1 on approach to Orlando, then we see it degrading to a tropical storm, but still very, very potent. I can't express to you the impacts, how far and wide they spread from that center of circulation, and the outcome, again, very, very heavy rains. We talk about widespread flooding, trees down, power outages. It's a laundry list of threats and outcomes when you have these types of systems crashing on into our state, or any state for that matter. We again are tracking this for you in Fox 35 Storm Tracker radar. There's a look at the circulation. There's the southwestern coastline of Florida, and the rain bands continue. Some of those spreading far and wide. We've been tracking these for you along the east side of the state. Everything rising from south to north. So what is south will begin the freight train through here. We see these rain bands have made it all the way up to Williston and Ocala to Bellevue. You might experience some freshening of the winds, a quick outlay of some very heavy rain, then things relax. Maybe the rain begins to diminish a little bit in its coverage and intensity. Looking back down toward the Space Coast, wanted to stay on top of this because from Bonaventure to Pineda down toward the Patrick Space Force Base right there along A1A, Satellite Beach down to Melbourne, 192. We've had a couple of areas of some very, very concentrated, real prominent rain on top there, and down toward Kenansville as well in the Florida Turnpike on out toward the area lakes in Osceola County. That trend continues there as well. So as we take a look at Marion County for today, want to update you on what's going to be happening out that way. The winds today at about 30 to 40. Could see gusts around the 55 as high as 65 miles per hour. And it looks like the rainfall rate there at roughly around 4 to 10 inches. We talk about the watches, the warnings. Marion County, you guys are under a tropical storm warning right now, where you come down to Orlando Metro. This is Lake County here. Leesburg down to the Rolling Hills, South Lake at Claremont, on over to Seminole County, Orange, Osceola, and Polk. These are hurricane warnings active until further notice. And as you get down the Sebring over to Sarasota into Tampa also, these are hurricane warned areas until further notice and at this time. So let's talk about the rain bands using our high resolution forecast modeling. We input data into this each and every hour, so it does a fantastic job in keeping up with and portraying what the atmosphere may feature later today. And it's rain aplenty. There's the circulation. You see it south of Sarasota, moving aboard all that heavy rain out across the region there, real concentrated. This is where we start to really accumulate. We've seen in the forecast modeling some of these amounts in excess of about 20 inches in certain locales across central and even into north central Florida. Looks like we start to separate from the circulation by tomorrow, Thursday. 9 o'clock in the morning. Looks as though 9 o'clock in the afternoon, or evening rather, and that will begin to move out into the Atlantic during that time. For more on these winds and how they're spreading on in and exact timing, let's head over to Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with more here in the Storm Center. Take it away, Allison.
Well, thanks, Jamie. We talk about the wind field being so large as this system is that Category 4 strength, but again, 2 miles per hour shy of Category 5. So we want to talk about the arrival time of the winds because that's very important for our viewers here in Central Florida. Our southern edge Wednesday by 2 p.m. and then those winds are going to be moving across the Orlando Metro, extending out into Marion County, Brevard, up into Volusia by tonight and then early Thursday morning. So let's talk about what exact winds you could be seeing. Again, this is a futurecast model, but it's been doing a really good job at showing the gusts. So this is 2 o'clock this afternoon. Wind gusts in Sarasota at 121 miles per hour. The gusts are in blue, sustained winds are in white, up to 85-mile-per-hour gusts in Lakeland by 6:45 this afternoon, 47 in Orlando and 46 in the Villages, and up to 106-mile-per-hour gusts out in Fort Meade. But you can see as that center of circulation is slowly inching closer to our viewing area, those winds across the board are going to be very strong through late Thursday night. And even as this system is moving out of our area, we're still going to be seeing some gusty winds into early Friday morning. So Marion County, how could this impact you? Some very heavy rain out in Orange County. A similar story. We could be seeing gusts in the area up to 80 miles per hour with rainfall up to 20+ inches. That's a lot of rain. We talk about the saturated ground, which could lead to down trees, down power lines, as well as flash flooding. That's going to be a real threat throughout the day. And in Brevard County, I was just on the Bud Hedinger show, and we were talking about what about our coastal communities? Well, they're also going to be seeing impacts. 60-mile-per-hour gusts there, rainfall anywhere from 4 to 8 inches. Again, timing tonight through early Friday morning. And